All right. Hello, everyone. Peace of Christ to all. Today, our topic is about what Jesus can do and Allah cannot do. Or actually, we can make it the opposite. It's up to you. You know, the Muslims, they always say to us that Allah is a true God and He is amazing. And you know, I saw very funny, false fabricated miracles in the internet, and I made a book about it to refute it. It's called Quran and Science, as you see in the screen. Like lately, I got someone saying to me, "How you explain the Quran have a number, the number of the Quran of regarding chapter 16, which is the chapter of the honeybees?" And he says, according to science, it's proving that the honeybees are have 16 chromosome. You know, actually, let me show it to you. Even this is not my topic, but let us, before we start our other topic, let us go for this one first, and we go from there. This is the article in front of my eyes. Actually, this is not a Muslim article. However, it's in here speaking that bees, yes, they have a certain kind of chromosome, etc. But it's not really what the Muslims claim. You know, the Muslims, they talk about just number 16. However, the easiest way to answer Muslim claims regarding of those false fabricated miracles, when a Muslim he speak about anything has to do with numbers, anything, just put it in your head. All right, anything Muslim he come with and he speak about numbers, and those numbers have to do with the location of a verse in the Quran. The answer is very easy. The answer is very easy. The Quran, the way it is today, is not how Allah revealed the Quran. Which means if the Muslims want to say, well, the bees have 16 chromosome and the Quran chapter for the bee is 16, but this is not how the Quran came. The real Quran is how Allah revealed him to Muhammad, and that chapter is a chapter 102. You see, for many do not know that the Quran have two orders. There's the order of revelation, which is as Allah supposedly gave it to Muhammad, and there's the order how Uthman he put it up together. So just by quoting that, you destroyed all their false miracles. And if you go in details, you will see that it doesn't even match, which means it's just a false claim. However, if they ever says to you verse etc., match number etc., tell them right away, well, that is not how Allah sent the Quran. So are you saying to me Uthman is God? Because the one who put the Quran in that order is Uthman, it is not Allah. One more funny claim. Actually, the verse we are talking about, the one about An-Nahl, it has a mistake, because the God of Islam says to the ants, go and eat from the fruits. You know, ants don't eat from the fruits. They don't eat from the fruits. The God of Islam, because he is naive, you know, the author of the Quran, for sure Allah doesn't even exist, by eyes, you know, like watching, he thought that when the bee stop in the top of a fruit, that means she is eating from the fruit. The bees doesn't do that. The bees they don't eat directly from the fruits. They collect the nectar, and then they take the nectar to the to other worker, and that worker, she will make the nectar complicated sugar, and that is the honey. but they don't eat the fruits, they eat the honey. Their food is the honey, is not really the nectar. Anyway, this is not really our topic today, but I wanted to share this with you before we start. Uh, Always remember that there's something that's called the Quran by revelation. So you can search for it in the internet, Quran by revelation order, and you will check the numbers of the verses in the Quran, and you will see that they do not match with what we have today. So today, what is our topic? As you see with me in the title, it's about what Jesus can do and what Allah cannot do. So really, what is that? What Jesus can do, Allah cannot do. Think about it. Even if you are a Muslim, by the way. Because if we go in details, we will find that the list is really huge and the list is really big. And I will not be exaggerating if I say that Allah is no match for the competition. So let us see what Jesus can do and what Allah cannot do, and what Allah can do and what Jesus cannot do. Because yes, there's things Allah do, Jesus not really, I don't want to say he cannot do, but it's against the nature of God to do so. As an example, the Muslims are so proud about their God. They are so proud about their God. But the Muslims would not tell you that, you know what, the first one who the Muslims they worship, and they say you should not worship anyone with him, and that because this is a shirk. I think you heard this before, right? Shirk. You heard this this title or this word, shirk. So if you worship someone with God, you are committing shirk. And what is shirk? They say to you, the first thing, you should not bow to anyone save Allah. You should not bow down to anyone save Allah. Well, you know what? That's good. You should not bow down to anyone save Allah. But if we go to the Quran, as we see in the front of our eyes, we will see there's many verses in the Quran. As an example, chapter 2, verse number 34. I hope the screen is big and clear. Chapter 2, verse number 34. Allah is ordering the angels to bow down to Adam. Allah ordering the angels to bow down to Adam. So the first one who taught committing shirk actually is Allah. If bowing down to anyone save Allah is an act of worship, and it is haram, it's forbidden, brother. It's forbidden. A Muslim should not bow down to anyone save Allah. Then how you explain to me your God Allah is teaching you, and he is ordering angels, not just a human, like angels. And you know what? Why angels will bow down to Adam? If you read the story, you will see how stupid the story. Let us go there actually. And we can go to any translation in front of our eyes. And remember, I don't approve any of them, but I use Muslim translation just for the sake of approving my point. So Muslims will not say I am making my own. The story starts. Allah came to the angels and he told them, I'm going to create someone to inherit the earth. I'm going to create someone, and the purpose is to inherit the earth. So he's talking about Adam. He's talking to who? Allah said that to the angels. The angels, they said to Allah, are you going to create someone who will do mischievement and do bloodshed? Like, why you need to create this, Adam? We are here, we praise you, and we glorify your holy name, and we don't do sin. I hope the text is clear for you guys in the screen. Is it? Let me make it more bigger. So what we will see in this story here, there's something very funny will happen. And actually this chapter alone, by the way, is enough to prove to you that Islam is a stupid religion. And I say literally stupid religion. I'm not insulting, you know, it's not really my purpose. Islam is a stupid religion because look at this. He will create Adam. Angels, they say to him, are you going to create Adam who will do mischievement and do bloodshed? And we are the one who worship thee. Allah, he said to them, I know what you know not, which means you are stupid and you are wrong. And now you will see here we have a funny story is going to happen. There is a competition about who knows and who knows not. So you see when Allah he says to them, I know and you know not, that is not just a statement. Allah he wanted to prove it. Allah now he joined in a competition with his creation. Angels are his creation, aren't they? So Allah want to prove to the angels that he know what they know not. That's very stupid. Seriously, if the angels they are saying to you, we praise your name, we worship you, there is no point of this competition. It's a stupid competition. And how God can compete with his creators? I mean, creation. There is no point of it. And when the competition started, you will see that Allah is wrong. Why? Because later we will see Allah himself in the same page, he kicked Adam out of heaven. He wanted to prove to them that they are wrong. Adam will not do mischievement, and later he kicked Adam out of heaven. So who is the one is right and who is the one who knows not? Obviously the angels, they know more than Allah. I hope Muslims are listening and don't take a side, just listen and think carefully. Angels, they said Adam will do mischievement. Adam will do mischievement. All right, this Adam who will do mischievement, Allah don't like their statement. He wanted to prove that they are wrong. So number one thing, the first thing happened, angels oppose to the creation of Adam because he will do mischievement. Allah, when he said to them, I know what you know not, it's mean he saying to them, no, he will not do mischievement, and you do not know the future. I know the future. So I know what you know not, which means Allah oppose their accusation to Adam, and Allah he is insisting that Adam will not do mischievement. Then Allah he wanted to prove to them that he knows. Look at the plan of Allah. You see, Allah now is thinking. You will notice here that Muhammad, you know, or the author of the Quran, is copying a little bit from the story, or the story from the Bible, right? About God teaching Adam all the names of all things, you know. But here the story is very stupid and very funny. So Allah wanted to prove to the angels that Adam, he is not going to do mischievement, and they are wrong. So he have a plan to prove it. How Allah will prove it? Allah, he taught Adam all the names of all things, and then he placed them, which mean those things, before the angels, and he said to them, tell me, Tell me the name of these things if you are right. Do you see it? It says if you are right. Right about what? Right about Adam will do mischievement. You see it? Right about your accusation that Adam will do mischievement. So if you are, if you angels who predict that Adam will do mischievement, if you are right, which means you know the unseen, will tell me the names of those things if you are right about Adam. And then the angel they said to him, glory to thee, of knowledge we have none save what you told us. All right, but later Adam is kicked out of heaven, which means the angels they are right. However, what happened here after this stage, when Adam he recited the names, Allah he ordered the angels to bow down to Adam. Which means the first one ever in the history of mankind who order even angels to bow down to a man, it was Allah. So he said to them, and behold, we said to the angels, bow down to Adam, and they bow down, except Iblis, which means Satan. He refused. And by the way, here there's a mistake about this, in case you do not know. Iblis or Shaitan is not one of the angels. You see, in Christianity, Satan is a fallen angel. In Islam, no. In Islam, Iblis is a genie, different kind, different creation. Genie are created from fire and gas, according to Islam. Angels are created from light. So here we see another stupid mistake. For Allah, He ordered the angels to bow down, but yet He is upset from Mr. Iblis. And let me make it simple for you. Let us say you are in the zoo and you say all monkeys bow down except the giraffe. He did not. Well, he is not a monkey. You said all monkey bow down. You said all monkeys. You said monkeys. You did not say everybody bow down. You said monkeys. The whole conversation is between Allah and the angels. The one who predict that Adam will do mischievement is the angels. The one who did accuse Adam of mischievement is the angels. So why you are asking why you're expecting the ones who have nothing to do with the story to bow down? Seriously, like what is the guilt of Shaitan here? What is the guilt of Shaitan? According to this story, Shaitan is right. And Shaitan, he's a good believer, he's a good person, according to the story. Because what? He said, why I wanna bow down to a man? Huh? That's a good logic. Give me one good reasons, Muslims, for Allah to force Shaitan to bow down to Adam. Give me one reason. The one who accused Adam of mischievement is the angels, and they are right. So this is number one mistake. Allah here do not know the future, and angels know. Number two mistake. Allah wanted to prove to them that He know the future, but how He proved that He knew the future? By teaching Adam all the names. That is the most stupid proof ever I can imagine. Imagine you have a cat and you call your cat Shushu, and then you stand in front of me and you say, what's the name of my cat? And then I say to you, well, I do not know. And then you say to me, oh, I will tell you, and that is the proof that you are God? Well, you are the one who named the cat anyway. What a big deal. Are you getting my point? What is a big deal about this? If Allah wanted to be smart, he should ask them, ask the angels to name things without telling him, and then ask me what their names, and I will tell you. That will make sense. But you name the things and then you ask them to tell you the names, and that to prove that they do not know, and you are the one who know. That is the most stupid story ever you can imagine. By the way, guys, you can click at the video. It says be part of the conversation if you want to leave a comment, or if you have a question, or if you are a Muslim. All right. So the story here actually is very stupid story. As I said, if you think carefully about this story here, you will discover that Islam is a false religion, and there's no way that this is coming from God. No way. God want to prove himself that he all knowing by making such a stupid quiz. He told Adam all the names, and he told them, okay, tell me the names of those things, angels. And angels, they could not say it. What is the logic about that? And later we found that Adam was kicked out of heaven, which means the angels are right. So in this story alone, we have many reasons to believe that the one who come with this story, he is not even the devil. He is a stupid person. You know, the devil is smart. The devil, seriously, is a smart creature. He is not stupid to come with this. You have to be very naive, very stupid to come with this story. This is not a story to be made by someone have intelligence, little intelligence. And again, for those who want reference, this is a chapter 2, and you can read. I advise you to read from verse number 30, 31, 32, you know, as many as you can. And the same story, by the way, is repeated many places in the Quran, because Allah is a like you know what the name of this parrot, the one who keep repeating words without knowing what they mean. This is exactly what the Quran is about. You find the same verse exist everywhere. Everywhere. The true God, he do not need to keep repeating himself over and over and over, the same phrase, the same sentence. When Satan, according to the Christian story, he asked Jesus to bow down for him, Jesus said to him, you don't bow down to anyone save your God. That's what the Bible says. Right? In Islam, Allah himself is teaching and ordering to bow down to a man. The Muslim, they will say to you, well, you know what, this is not a bow down to worship, this is an act of respect. Excuse me. It's the same act you do to worship, it's the same act you do to respect. Allah could not find different way. What about saying to the angels, apologize to Adam, but bowing down to Adam? And you will notice here that according to the story, Iblis, which means Shaitan, is a good guy. He's a victim, actually. Think about it. The one who argue with Allah is the angels. The one who accused Adam of doing mischievement is the angels. Iblis is not an angel, so why you are ordering him to bow down? This is not just. Imagine he is the one who killed the person, I go to jail. Why? He is the one who did it, I get the punishment. Why? Especially I'm not from the same kind. Especially the verse say clearly, we order the angels. Look, read with me. We said to the angels. Bow down. He did not say that to everybody. Iblis is not from the angels. He is different kind of creatures in Islam. He is a genie. So obviously it's a stupid statement, stupid story, and Allah wanted to prove that he is the God by teaching Adam the names of things, and then he asked them to tell them the names. So number one thing Allah can do, Jesus will not, that Allah, he order people to do wrong. Number one, and that was, which is to bow down, uh, with no guilt, because angels has no guilt. Adam, yes, he did mischievement, and later you will see just a few verses after, Allah, he kicked Adam from the heaven. You see, he just 2 verses after, verse number 36, then Satan, he made them slip from the garden. Like what? In different chapter, you will see that Shaitan, he made them slip, but after Allah, he kicked them out. Allah kicked him out. When Shaitan, he refused to eat from the to bow down, sorry, Allah kicked him out right away from heaven. But then later we find that Shaitan is still in. And Shaitan, he made them slip, which means they made a mistake, they made a sin. And Allah told them, get down. And by the way, here, maybe because some of you do not notice, the get down here, the get down, you need to remember that the heaven in Islam about the story of Adam is totally different from the story of Adam and Eve in the Bible, by the way. In the Bible, Adam is not exist in heaven in this stage. Adam is exist in the earth. In the Quran, Adam is exist in heaven. This is why he says to him, get down. Which means the garden of Allah, this garden he is talking about here, this is in the heaven, this is not on earth. This is why you see the Muslims, the funny Muslim, they say to you that Allah, he sent Adam in India. When he sent him down, Adam, he landed in India, and Eve, she landed in Yemen. I don't know how they found each other again. Do you know how far India is? Adam in India, Eve in Yemen. How many thousand miles away? And without GPS, without a phone, and they met again. That alone is a miracle, isn't it? If you are a Muslim and you have an answer, please, you can click at the video and you can post your argument. Feel free. If you have a question, you can do the same. Now, so this story here is full of mistakes, full of errors. Jesus don't come with this. So Allah can make errors. Allah can make stupid stories. Allah can fabricate stories. Allah can punish the one who is not guilty and make him guilty even though he is not guilty, like the case of Iblis here. And this is how the story of Iblis started in Islam. Iblis was kicked out of heaven not because he made the Shaitan, he made Adam and Eve slip from the garden, no, because he refused to bow down. This is why I'm saying later we found him that he is still in the garden and he is deceiving Adam and Eve. Which means if you think about it, Iblis, he is doing revenge for the unjust. Allah, he ordered him to bow down. Sorry, he did not order him to bow down, he ordered the angels. Iblis, he refused, and based on this, Allah ordered him to get out of heaven. So Iblis decided to revenge for the unjust because the one who, because of him, he is out of heaven is Adam. He forced him to bow down to Adam. He refused to bow down to Adam, so Allah, he made him get out of the heaven because of this story. So he made Adam and Eve do sin, which means the action of Iblis or Shaitan or Satan, it was a reaction of the unjust of Allah. So what we learned from this story, that Allah is a stupid, Jesus is not. So in Islam, God can be stupid. Why he is stupid? Allah, he wanted to prove to the angels that he know what they know not. And how he do it? He taught Adam the names, and he told the angels to tell him the names, which is very stupid idea, because it's not a big deal. I can name anything for me. I can name my phone. I can give it a name, and I tell you what the name of my phone. You do not know? That's mean I'm God, you are not? That's a stupid thing to say. I can name my donkey something. I can name my horse. I can name my cat. And then I say to you, what is the name of my cat? You tell me I do not know, and that's mean I'm God? So Allah come with unjust. This is number one. Allah is the first one who order angels to bow down to a human being. That will never happen. That's not the case in the case of Christ. Allah, he ordered angels to bow down, but he get upset from someone he is not angel. This is against stupid behavior, short of intelligence. Allah, he was challenging the angels to prove their point that Adam would do mischievement, and just 2 verses after, he kicked Adam and Eve from heaven, as we see in the front of our eyes. Which means Adam, the story of Adam here, proving that the God of Islam cannot be God. This is a book made by a human being, full of contradiction, full of stupidity, far away from intelligence, and does not fit to be the word of God. So this is the first thing we discover about Allah, that this God is not exist, because obviously the one who wrote this cannot be God. He is a human. Who is that a human? You will find that in my book. Actually, the one is coming soon. So let us move for something else. Any question here? I don't see any questions, guys. You can click at the video. You can click at the video. I know not many, I don't have many viewers yet today, because people are not expecting me to open that early, right? I woke up very early, and after that I have an Arabic class, and then after that I will work on my book again. So I said to myself, let me share this with you before I start my day. What else Jesus can do, Allah cannot do? Now we showed you what Allah can do, Jesus cannot do, which means Allah is a stupid, as we showed you from the story. Jesus is very, very super intelligent, extremely wise. Go and read his stories in the Bible. I do not need to quote for you. You will see how super intelligent his answers, his quotation, his questions, his logic. Very beautiful. At the same time, what we saw in front of us is nothing but garbage. That does not fit with God. This cannot be God talking. And this is why I wanted to share this video with you, so we can learn why Allah is not God and why Jesus is our Lord. And remember the difference here. Muslims, they say to us that Allah is not a man. So how come the man, if Jesus is just a man, he is a lot more wiser than Allah? We can't even compare. The whole story is a very stupid story. The whole story is very stupid story, proving that the one who created this book is really dumb. Now, let us go for something else. What Jesus can do, Allah cannot do. and I'm going to use the Quran. I'm going to use the Quran again. I'm not going to use the Bible, by the way. You see, when I prove Muslims wrong, I don't use the Bible for a very simple reason. Why you want to talk to them from a book they don't believe in anyway? There's no point. You're wasting your time. You know what I mean? There's no point. In the Quran, we will find that the Quran confirms that Jesus can raise people from death. Jesus can create from the mother bird. So let us go over it one by one and see what Jesus can do and Allah cannot do. In front of us here, this is a chapter 3, verse number 49, as you see in the screen. I hope it's clear. Jesus is speaking supposedly here. The guy supposedly there, his name is Isa. So for the sake of argument, we will say this is Jesus. The Quran confirming to us, the Quran, listen carefully, Muslims. The Quran confirming to us that Jesus, he can do the following things. Look what Jesus says in the Quran. That I make. I want you to take a note of I make. I what? I make. That will make him the maker for whatever he make. He didn't say, my God will make for you. He didn't say, my God will create for you. He didn't say, my God will raise people from death for you. He said, no, I make. Out of the clay, as it were the figure of a bird, and breathe into it, and it become a bird by Allah leave. The Muslim, they will say to you, oh, just wait. It says by Allah leave. Oh, that's a problem now. Listen carefully. The leave of Allah have nothing to do with him being able to create, because Allah did not give me a leave to expose him right now. Did he? Like, did Allah give me a leave to expose him right now? No, absolutely not. But I can do it, and he can do nothing about it. I make for you. I make. The leave of Allah have nothing to do with the ability, or with the verse saying that Allah have, he agree upon that. However, for the sake of argument, let us say that Allah, he gave Jesus, according to some Muslim answers will say to you, Allah gave Jesus the ability to create from the mother bird. So you are confirming that Jesus in that point, he is a creator. Thank you very much. Prove to me that Allah can create anything. You and your God agree that Jesus creates from the mother bird. So we do not need to debate that. I do not need to debate you about it. You do not need to debate me about it. You agree that Jesus creates from the mud a bird. And the Quran says, I make. Like, Jesus did not bow down, pray to God to make it happen. No. Prove to me that Allah can create from the mud a bird. There's no proof. Did Muhammad witness anything? No. Did any of the Muslims witness anything? No. So there's no proof. We have a clear proof that Jesus is the creator, but we have no proof of Allah can create anything. So this is what Jesus can do. Yet we cannot find one proof that Allah can do the same. Let us continue. And I heal those who they are born blind. Hold on. Jesus again saying I heal. He keeps saying I. If this is coming from Allah, he should not say I. He should say, and my God will heal you. To explain to you more Muslims, let us say I am a disciple of Jesus. I'm not, by the way. I'm far away from being one. All right, I'm a sinner. You know, I wish, it's a dream to be. You know, it's a big honor. So let us say to make it close to your mind to understand. Let us say I am one of the disciples of Jesus, and then somebody came to me. He is blind, and asked me for a miracle to make him see. The miracle will be done in my name or the name of my God. Obviously, in the name of my God. I will pray to God to make the blind see. I cannot make the man see. But in the story here, we don't see Jesus praying to anyone. I heal, as simple as that. And by the way, healing the blind is about the creation. You know that? Like some Christians, they say the Bible did not talk about creation. Jesus did not create. Like the Bible speak about Jesus, everything created by him and for him. Yes, right? But there's no specific thing is created like by name. The fact, no. The Bible speak about healing the blind man. You know, when Jesus in the Bible, he healed the blind man, he created eyes for him because his eyes is damaged. You know, why a person, he cannot see? Simply because his eyes have a damage. So what is the damage? Nerves, etc. Whatever the damage is, a new creation have to happen. Remember, there's no surgery here. This is why Jesus, he put mud in the eyes of the person. This is a symbolic for the creation. He's the creator. The same as he created Adam, the same as he created the eyes for the man. So yes, the Bible confirmed that Jesus is the creator, and the Quran confirmed that Jesus is the creator. But can the Quran and can the Muslims confirm that Allah is a creator? Muhammad was sick. Muhammad was sick and he died slowly by poison. Did Allah heal Muhammad? If we go to the Quran, sorry, to the Hadith. Let us go to the Hadith. We will see Muhammad is crying out with pain for what happened to him in Khaybar. Was Muhammad praying to Allah? How come Jesus, he make the blind see, he create from the mother bird, he resurrect the dead one? But this is all in the Quran. But Muhammad himself is suffering. By the way, this hadith here is about 4 years after Muhammad eating the poison. This guy is suffering badly, and his God cannot heal him, and he cannot heal himself. So where is Allah, the healer? Any answer? The doctor is sick, and his God cannot help him. You know, and here, by the way, as long the Muslims agree and admit, and look, by the way, this is Muhammad's story in the elements of death. In what? In the elements of death. So Muhammad in this stage was dying. Muhammad in this stage, he is dying. So when Muhammad, he said, "Oh Aisha, I still feel," he still feel. Do you see the word still? Still mean what? When you say still, it's mean I'm been suffering with this for a long time. I still feel the pain caused by the food. Caused by what? The food I ate at Khaybar. This is a few years ago. And at this time, I feel as if my aorta is being cut from that poison. That's amazing. Where is the God of Muhammad? You know, the funny, by the way, Muslims, they say to you, Jesus, Allah save him from crucifixion. Correct? We hear it always, right? Jesus was not crucified, Jesus was not killed, Allah save him, blah blah blah. And what is the reason Allah he saved him? You ask any Muslim, he say, because Allah will not allow his prophet to die in such a way. He will not allow him to be killed. Oh, really? So how come Allah did not save Muhammad and he let him die? You know, the story here is coming from who? Is coming from Muhammad himself. Like, who is the one reporting that he was dying from pain and he is dying from poison? It is Muhammad. It is Muhammad. So Muslims cannot say, you know what? We don't believe in this story. But Muhammad, he have no problem really from poison. Because remember, the Quran says, وَمَا هُوَ إِلَّا وَحْيٌ يُوحَى. Whatever the Prophet said is nothing but an inspiration from Allah. This person is protected from errors, according to Muslims. That's why they worship him like God. So when Muhammad is saying, it is the poison who is killing me, and this is in the elements of death, as you see in the front of your eyes. In the elements of death. Is Muhammad wrong? If Muhammad wrong, it means he's making a false statement. If Muhammad is right, this is mean Muhammad is proving to us that Allah has no help for him, and Allah left him die slowly, a very painful death. Why? And as long we are talking about this hadith, by the way, if you go to chapter 69, let me remember, I think 69. Chapter 69, verse maybe 47 or 46. 46, I think. You will see the story there actually is about Allah saying that if Muhammad he lie, or he fabricated any words from his mind, Allah will cut his aorta. Like what? Are you sure? Yes, this is what it says. Allah in the Quran making a promise, if Muhammad fabricated anything, Allah will cut his artery. He will cut his artery. And the hadith in the front of us saying that Muhammad is dying because of his artery. Do you see it, Muslims? Or maybe you will not believe me until I get you the verse. Let me hold on. Let us go to the verse. All right. Here we go. This is here verse number 42. We can go from verse number 42. No problem. Read with me. Allah saying in verse number 44, focus with me, Muslims, wake up, drink some coffee. Allah saying, this is not me saying, okay? I'm not the one who's talking here, Muslims. That if Muhammad is inventing, or if Muhammad invented anything, Allah making a promise. You see it? Man, my hand drawing is really horrible. I'm very good in hand drawing. Look at this. If Muhammad he fabricated or invent anything, he's talking about fabricating Quran in our name, which means he claimed that this is from Allah, but it's not. We should certainly seize him by the right hand, and we should certainly cut off the artery of his heart. Like what? You see it? And Muhammad saying in the element of death that I feel the poison I ate in Khaybar is cutting my artery. Do you see it? And here we go to Jesus. Jesus, when he was going to be crucified, Allah saved him. According to the Quran. Muhammad is suffering from poison for many years and he is dying because of his artery, as Muhammad himself said, not me. Let us go back to the hadith. You see it? Muhammad here is in the element of death. What his death was because of? Because of the poison. Muhammad, when he made this statement, this is not just about a person he is sick. The person is dying. And he is telling his wife, why I'm dying? Oh Aisha, I still feel, which means he is suffering with it for a long time. The pain caused by the food I ate in Khaybar. I feel as if my aorta is being cut off from that poison. And the Quran saying, if Allah saying, if Muhammad invented anything in my name, I will cut his aorta. That's a disaster. That's a disaster. So in the case of Jesus, Jesus went to heaven. Now, regardless of the story, if it's coming from the Christian or the Muslims, by the way, at the end of the day, Jesus is in the heaven agreed by both. For us, Jesus was crucified, but now he's in heaven. For Muslims, Jesus was not crucified, but he is in heaven right now. So we agree about one thing. Which is, Jesus is in heaven. and he is above death, and he is alive until now. Muhammad, he died in a very humiliating death, poison, very painful. It's not 5 minutes or 2 minutes or 3 minutes. This guy, he is suffering from the poison for years, many years. And Allah cannot heal him. So Jesus can heal the blind. He do not need Allah to heal the blind. He said, I heal for you. I heal for you. I heal what? I heal the blind, the lepers, all kind of illness and diseases. Allah cannot heal Muhammad, the most beloved person for him. If I want to show you how many verses the Quran is, mentioning Muhammad, praising Muhammad, actually the name of Muhammad itself is the praised one, which means he is God. Muhammad mean in Arabic the praised one. Muhammad changed his name. His real name is Qatham. He changed it to the praised one because he wants people to worship him. So the praised one is dying by poison, and Allah cannot heal him. But Jesus, he can heal the blind, the leper, and even he can resurrect the dead. What? He can even resurrect the dead. And what is very ironic about this, like somebody might say to me, when somebody asked me a question here about this issue, as long as the hadith says Muhammad, he died by poison, and you just showed us that Allah said if Muhammad fabricates something, Allah talking supposedly, if Muhammad fabricated anything in my name, all right, if he invented anything, Allah is saying he will cut his aorta or his artery. Does that mean Allah is true God? No. Muhammad, he fabricated a lie. He never thought what he will say is going to happen to him. So what I believe is strongly that our God, not Allah, our God, the true God, he wanted to prove to us that this man is a liar. So he made his promise come true. You know what I mean? Again, guys, you can click at be part of the conversation, and you can post your comment or your statement or your question if you have any. Click at be part of the conversation. So when this happened, I believe strongly that our God, the true God, he wanted to prove to us that this man is a false man, and he made him die in the same way he promised in his own Quran, from his own fabricated words, that if he ever invented anything in the name of the true God, certainly, and we should certainly then cut off the artery of his heart. Isn't it weird that Muhammad, he is speaking about his artery dying because his artery is cut off, and the Quran saying, if Muhammad fabricated, I will cut his artery. So Muhammad was punished for his lies. His artery was cut off. Jesus in the heaven is alive. Muhammad is dead by poison. Jesus, he can raise people from death. He can heal. He can make the blind see. He can do what nobody can do, including Allah. Now, when we speak about Jesus, I think we finish this topic as long as nobody asking questions. When we speak about Jesus, that he can do what nobody can do, as we saw here in verse number 49, he can raise people from the death. He can create from the mother bird. All right. He even can tell you what you don't see. Now, for sure, Allah cannot tell you what you cannot see. I mean, Allah proved to us that He is not the all-knowing, as we mentioned many times. This example, there's many examples actually, but one most famous one is where Muhammad in the chapter of Al-Anfal, he promised that Allah supposedly the one is making the promise. If 100 of you fight 1,000, you will win. All right, and then you will see in the chapter 8, verse number 55, sorry, 65 and 66, as we see in front of our eyes. Here we go. This is the story in front of us. Allah making a promise that people, if they go to war and they fight, 100 of you, with patient and preserving, they will vanquish 200. 20 against 200. That's 100 to 1,000, right? That's 1 to 10 to make it simple. If 100 of thee, they will vanquish 1,000. So what the percentage is? 1 to 10. The Muslims went to war. They lost big time. So Muhammad right away, he made a new verse saying, oh, hold on. For the present, Allah, he just found a weakness. Really? Allah has lightened your task, for he knows that there is a weak spot on you. Will Allah not know the weak spot a minute before, a day before, a week before? So he enlightened your task, and 100 of you can fight 200. This is God, the all-knowing. The all-knowing, he promised them 100 will win against 1,000 and they lose. And then he found that there is a weakness on them, so he changed the task from 100 against 1,000 to 100 against 200. That's a big difference. That's mean the error which Allah he was involving with is 90%. And Allah is fixing it. So he's changing the number from 1 to 10 to 1 to 2. Don't Allah know the future? Why Allah did not say right away, 1 of you can win against 2? Obviously Muhammad here, he was exaggerating, making up a lie, just to encourage them to go and win, hoping that by exaggerating will give them like a high, let us say, belief in winning, and that will make them do better, to encourage them, to make them go strongly for the fight without being worried. And then when he found that his prophecy, this is a false prophecy actually. This is nothing but a false prophecy. So what we see here, that Allah, he made a promise he cannot do. He promised them 1 can fight against 10 and they lose. Now, does Jesus do the same? Did Jesus give ever a promise and he was not able to fulfill his promise? Never. Even the Quran, in this verse here, it says that Jesus, he can tell you what you hide. He can tell you the unseen. I declare to you what you eat, and what you store in your houses, which means Jesus can see the unseen. I. You see I? He did not say Allah. So Allah cannot do what Jesus do. Jesus can declare for you what you hide. Allah do not know the unseen. Here we go. He sent people to fight, telling them 1 of you can fight 10, and then they lose, and then that is a proof, a clear proof that Allah cannot be God, and he cannot do what Jesus can do. Now one more thing. Jesus, he healed, etc., but there is something I want to talk about I quicken the dead. Read with me here. Here we have an issue, by the way. We spoke about Jesus can create, yes, but there is something very important I want to mention about Jesus raising people from death. And as you see, I'm not using the Bible at all. I'm using Quran and Quran only. So Quran admit Jesus he raised people from death. Can Allah raise people from death? That is a challenge for the Muslims. How Jesus he raised people from death? He just say, get up, and you are up from death. There is a story in the Quran about Allah raising people from death. If you see the story, you will laugh. Let us show you the story so we can laugh together. So Jesus can raise people from death by saying, rose from death. He can make the blind see by saying to him, see. He can heal the leper by just touching him. He can create from the mud a bird. And all of those Allah cannot do. All what we have from Allah is just statements, but obviously He cannot. So now let us see how Allah here resurrects people from death. There is a story is mentioned in this chapter here, which is a chapter 2, the cow chapter. Many of you do not know why the cow chapter is called the cow chapter. The reason of that the story in that chapter is speaking about a guy he was killed. All right, a guy he was killed, and they want to know who killed this man. Who killed this man? If you you can use any translation you want, by the way. If you are an Arab person, you can go and read it from the beginning, because the whole chapter is very funny and very stupid. This verse is speaking about Musa's, the story of Musa supposedly, and what happened regarding a man who was killed, and how Allah he helped in resurrecting this person. How? The prophet of God, supposedly in this case, supposedly it's Moses, he asked Allah to help him to find the one who killed a person. Look what the Quran is saying. Remember, ye slew a man and fell into dispute among yourself. So there's a crime happened, and there is an issue here trying to find out who is the one who killed this man. Who is the one who committed this crime? And Moses asked Allah to bring forth the truth to help him in the investigation. So Allah told him to bring a tail of a cow. What? To bring a tail of a cow. Some they say it's a tail and testicles. And beat the dead man with it. And then the man, he will come back to life. Man, my hand line is really horrible. I don't know what to do. Hold on. So Moses, he did beat the man with the beef. And by beating him with the beef, the man who was slew, which means he was killed by a knife or a sword, Allah bring him back from the death. This is the method according to Allah. Now notice there is no proof of this story whatsoever. However, this story must be funny and stupid and cannot be true. Why Allah need to beat someone with beef to make him come back to life? Can't Allah say, get up? Aren't they a Muslim? They keep saying to Allah, to us, that if Allah wants something to happen, He say be is going to be. Obviously, not in the case of resurrecting people from death, and not in any case actually, because I challenge the Muslim to show me one time Allah He created anything by saying be, even as a statement. Like there's a verse says the similarity of Adam is the same, Jesus is the same as Adam, both are created from mud. That's false. Jesus is not from mud. You see, metaphorically we say that I am created from mud, but the fact, no. God created Adam and Eve. The first creation is from the mud. The rest are not. The rest are they are reborn. God, He gave Adam and Eve the ability to recreate, to produce. So the first man and women, they are from mud, yes, but the second, the children of Adam, they are not from mud. And as you see, Allah did not say be, and He was beating the guy with the beef. What the beef would do? A man he been slew. Like the funny, by the way, I saw one of the claims of Muslims about massage miracle. Science discovered that if a man he die and you can massage his heart, and they say that this verse is about massaging. You liars! This verse is about somebody he was slew, he was killed, not someone have heart attack. You see it? So what they do, they quote this verse for you alone, you know, and they don't show you the verse before it, and they try to make it this is about massage. Say, mashallah, alhamdulillah, how Allah knows about massage the heart, and He will bring someone to live again. Mashallah. This is not about massaging the heart, you idiot. It's about beating a man who is dead already because somebody killed him by a knife or a sword violently to life by beating him by the tail of the cow. Try to massage the heart of somebody. Let us say, for the sake of argument, is not about murder. Let us say somebody have heart attack. Try to beat someone with the tail of the cow, and let us see if it's going to work. What a stupid argument. But they try to fool you because you know nothing about their religion. You know nothing about their belief. Do we have any question? Any question there? And this is why the chapter of the cow was called chapter. All right? Lord have mercy. So what Jesus can do and Allah cannot do is everything. And what can Allah do and Jesus cannot do is all the stupid things any one of us can do. Committing sin, fabricating stories, making lies. Yeah, Allah can do that. But obviously, Allah cannot be God. For everything He do is no match to be compared to Jesus. It's not even close. Actually, God forgive me, it's an insult. But you know, I said to myself, let us show those who they are not too much in depth of the knowledge of Islam and even Christianity, to show them how far Islam is from being called even from God, or to be called even a religion. Islam is nothing but a garbage. Islam is a collection of stories from here, from there, from everywhere. Stories from the Indian, stories from the Zerdusht, stories from the Christians, stories from the Jews, from everywhere. It's a collection, it's a mixed up religion. It's not religion. And you have to be really very naive to believe that Islam is a religion for a second. There's nothing about it. And please come to me anytime of, you know, like you guys, you can always come to me. You see my website, you see we have a Facebook there. You can click at our Facebook, you can send your questions. If you are a Muslim, you want to challenge me, feel free. I would love to debate you. We can do it live in Skype, and we can broadcast here live too, so people, they can watch with us, and they can read with us, and they can hear us. All right. So I welcome Muslims to debate me and prove me wrong. Can you? I don't think so. And you know, this is my experience. Muslims, they have big mouth. As long the person in the front of us or the front of them, he have no idea what he's talking about. The second they see that you are a person who knows and knows a lot, silence come. Silence. This is why you see Muslims, they choose carefully to debate. They don't just debate. They check you first. They check, you know, it's like a, you know, coming to a fight. You look at you, how high you are, how big you are, how tiny you are, how much skills you have. So they study you to see if they are matched for the fight. This is why the Muslims want to debate someone like James White. Or they go to ABN, they want to debate whoever is, you know, is showing there, but they will never dare to debate me. And actually, when we have a debate, things is more exciting because things we never mention is going to appear in the debate. Like now, right now, I'm really sharing tiny little things just to help you with any argument you go through when you speak to Muslims. But we did not really share anything yet. Islam is the most stupid religion ever you can imagine. And you will know more about Islam, how stupid it is, when you learn how to speak Arabic. Seriously. You will not really discover how stupid this religion is till you speak Arabic fluently. And then you will discover like what you learn in English about it is nothing yet. This religion is really messed up. By the way, if you want to leave a comment for me in Twitter, you can do so, and it's going to appear in our screen in case you have something to say. So Jesus is obviously like God. Even in the Quran, he can create and heal his by his word, while Allah cannot do anything. Yes, you know, as you see, Allah did not make the man, according to the Quran story, coming back to life by saying be, right? Not by his words. He told them to beat the man by the tail, right, Yeshua? This is not really what God want to do, you know. How come Jesus, he can say to the man, he said to Eliezer, you know, rose from death. The man is dead already for 3 days. You know, he's in the grave for a few days already. You just say to him, rise from death, that's it? That's when you are recreating him again. His cells is damaged, his blood is damaged, his brain is damaged. Everything in him is damaged. When the man die, when a human being die, the second he die, his cells start getting damaged, especially the brain. The fastest to be damaged is the brain. And that's it. When the brain is dead, there's nothing can get you back to life. So how Jesus can raise someone from death by saying to him, rose from death? How Jesus can say to someone he cannot walk, just walk. Okay, carry your chair, and walk. In the case of Allah need to beat you by the tail of a cow. This is why if I go to India, sorry, with my respect to the Hindus, I'm afraid to say to the Hindus, which I love them really, I love the Hindus people. Uh, uh, I'm afraid to say to them that the biggest chapter in the Quran is the cow chapter. They might convert to Islam because you know the Hindus, they have a special respect to the cow. The biggest chapter in the Quran is called the cow chapter because Allah, He ordered Musa to beat a dead man with the tail of the cow and the testicles of the cow. Can we practice this today? Like if we go to Islamic countries, do the Muslims, they practice beating someone by the cow tail so they can find out who killed him? Or this is nothing but a fairy tale story? So let us make it simple. Jesus, He can do what God can do. Allah can do, produce fairy tale stories, stupid stories, fake stories, fake promises. And even He's a prophet, he died because of poison, and Allah could not heal him. Actually, there's tons and tons of verses we can share and we can show, but I don't want to like make it really a long video, you know, because I believe the proof is clear, right? The proof is clear. This is cannot be God, and this is, you know, you must be very naive to believe in this. Any Muslim? And if you want to read, by the way, how we defeat the false fiction claims about science in the Quran, I advise you to read my books, Quran and Science. You see it. Quran and Science can be found in Amazon.com, and you know, my books is nothing but a huge reference and full of funny stories which you will never read anywhere. Because Muslims, they try these days to fool people, saying to you like, you know what, Quran have miracles, scientific miracles, science they discovered them. All of those stories is nothing but a fabrications. And I challenge any Muslim to debate me about it. Challenge, live debate. And I promise you, you will regret mentioning this topic. I promise you. This is a topic you mentioned for the naive one who do not know Islam. And when I say naive one, I mean naive about Islam itself. There's many, they don't know anything about Islam. So Muslims can fool them, especially you do not know Arabic. So they can translate text the way they want to make it fit with the argument or statement they want to say. But when they debate someone, he know Arabic better than them, and he know Islam inside and out, then you will see that what it's called miracle will turn into a disaster. Literally a disaster. Do we have any Muslim? Have any question? Look like we don't have any. All right. Well, I think we have we covered most of the story we wanted to talk about. And if you guys have any question, please feel free. You can even call me in Skype, by the way, and I will be happy to answer any request you have. And if you have a Muslim, he want to debate us, please, I encourage you to invite Muslims to debate me, because that will make things even better and will make you see by your own eyes how and why Islam cannot stand for a real debate. So I encourage you to find Muslims who have the courage and the knowledge to debate me. And at the end of today, I want to say thank you. I want to thank you for those who they donated a few hours ago. I have a few brothers who made some donation. I want to say thanks for that, and I really appreciate your help for standing with us, so we can do better, and we can give it more time and more work. And feel free to spread my videos everywhere you want. Share it with your friends. If you have your own blog, by the way, you can create the blogs for free. It's free in the internet. You can make your own pages. So I encourage people to do that. You can embed the videos, you can download the videos, you can do whatever you want. I have just one request. If you use my videos, just give reference where is the original account is coming from. So like my account today, I'm using the Arabian Prophet. So tell them, what, go to investigateislam.com, and this is his main website, and mention my YouTube account with it. This way, if people want to come and see where the video is coming from, they can find it. In the same way, you help in spreading the truth. No question? Look like today it's very slow. So thank you guys. God bless. And see you soon again with more podcasts. God bless.